Well, hi everyone, and welcome to my stream. I haven't been here for quite a while. If you don't know who I am DJ Sean. I am that long-forgotten charity streamer. My job here is to change mics to my proper mic, and there we go. Hope you enjoy my boom mic a little bit better. I'm DJ Sean. If you don't know who I am that charity streamer who took a little bit of a wee break there and had to catch up on a little bit of life and a little bit of work there. So we are back, and what better way to start the return to streaming than by reviewing this little guy just here, the Oculus Rift-S, which is a fantastic little bit of kit. Those of you, hi everyone, and welcome to the stream. While I'm knocking stuff, knocking stuff over. Those of you who know me well know that I have flown around the world in my beloved Oculus Rift. Thanks, Barbs. Yes, once or twice. I absolutely love my Oculus Rift. It has it's been around the world literally with me, and I have sold it. Didn't take me long to retire the old Rift, but one of my mates has taken off my hands. I will give it a little bit of a clean up. You can see it's very much well used. As I said, I have flown around the world in VR during World Flight November last year, and I'm looking forward to the next set of adventures with using the Oculus Rift-S. What I thought I'd do, we are on the ground here in Sydney. I thought we'd operate Virgin Australia.
Surely you can't be serious. I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Flight. The weather down there in Hobart is pretty poor at the moment, so I thought we'd go down there and have a little bit of a look and put the Oculus Rift-S through its paces. But before we get into that, I do want to do a bit of a breakdown of the Oculus Rift-S and have a bit of a chat with those of you who either have VR, have the Oculus Rift, or are waiting to see what you think or what the best headset is that's out on the market at the moment. Obviously, there's you call, I guess, the Oculus, the original Oculus, the Gen 1 sort of headset. There's been a lot of debate about the Oculus Rift-S, whether it is Gen 2 or whether it's Gen 1.5. Some people have even been saying it's Gen 1.2, 1.1. They haven't been really impressed with it. I wanted to save my opinion until I actually got it, and what I have to say, well, what can I say about it? It is pretty decent. I didn't think the quality of looking through the lenses, chucking on my head, the first thing I noticed is the quality and the sharpness of the image. I didn't expect it to be the step up that it is. I thought, yeah, okay, I've had a HTC Vive, I've got two of those. I've had the Oculus Rift, I've had a Samsung Odyssey, HMD Odyssey. I've got a Pimax 5K Plus, and I thought, yeah, okay, this is going to be somewhere on the lower end around, just above the Oculus, and maybe... I miss those long pre-flights. Well, you got one coming up, Mylan. You got a rusty one to boot. It's going to take even forever, for much longer. So I did think it was going to be down there around the Rift and maybe between the Rift and Samsung Odyssey, and it pretty much is. So let's get in and have a look at some of the meaty stuff. So for those of you that may have missed it, there is a VR Aviators Facebook group, as well as the X-Plane.org forums, where I posted a little bit of a photo. Hey Tom, welcome to the stream. I posted a little bit of a video before I retired my beloved Oculus Rift. I got my camera out and tried to very delicately and very fiddly try and take some photos looking through the lens there to give some real world perspective. And then when I retired the Rift and got the Rift-S plugged in, I did exactly the same thing. So what I did was this little shot here, and I'll bring it up for you guys now. Hopefully it shows okay on the stream here. Maybe if I zoom it in just a little bit, you guys can kind of see it a little bit better there. It has TomTom. Yes, it is. I've got one right beside me at the moment. So what I thought I would do here is take a shot looking inside the left lens, obviously in the 737 here, and taking a shot inside the cockpit to show you the difference between the two. So on the left hand side, which is a little bit, you can see the panel's a little bit bluer, or more blue than the right panel, the Oculus Rift. So the Gen 1 headset's on the left hand side. If you look at the right hand side, you'll see this is the Oculus Rift-S. Now first glance, you'd be like, nah, I can't really tell much of a difference. Just have a look at the standby gauges in here. Have a look at these two sets here. I'll get my head out of the way. You can see the standby gauges just here, and you can see the clarity on the engine gauges there. The FMC buttons just here as well. So it is very, very difficult to display the differences in headsets when you're putting a lens that's designed for an eye and you're putting a camera over it. They don't really mix too well. And as you can see on the Oculus Rift-S photos, I did get some light coming through from the light above me when I was doing it, and that's really difficult to try and get out. So visually, it is a step up. And like I said before, the first thing that I noticed when I put it on was like, wow, this isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's actually quite a step up, and I've had the Rift for a couple of days, the Rift-S for a couple of days now, and every time I put the headset on, I'm pleasantly surprised by the quality of the headset. Okay, a couple of things that I want to talk about now. Is, I guess we'll talk about the ergonomics of the headset. So talking about the Rift-S, the original Rift, as you can see, it does have quite a flexible back section here that you can mold to fit your head. There is the overhead strap that goes across the middle of your head there, and the standard cable with a manual IPD adjuster just here, which is a bit hard to see. To adjust the interpupillary distance between the lenses. For the Oculus Rift-S, they did get rid of that manual sensor and have gone for a software one. It's really easy to get to in the software. You can get to it and you can just manually click it up to adjust the IPD between your eyes. It does range from 58 through to 78, so it's got quite a wide range there, but if you are on the outside or the inside of those bands, your headset's probably not going to be for you without some considerable eye strain.
And his name is John C.
Well, man, thank you so much and welcome to the channel. I really appreciate the follow. Austrian Controller, hello to you. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing really well. So if we do come over this, as you can see, the IPD switch has gone on the Rift-S. This little button here does allow you to bring the lens or the actual device out off your eyes a little bit. So if you're wearing glasses or something like that, you can press this little button here and the Rift actually slides forward a little bit and allows you to fit your glasses in. Or if you don't like it right up against your eyes, you can pull it away from your face a little bit. Just start flying. Well, I will in a couple of minutes. So one of the big things about the changes with the Rift-S is a couple of different things. So it's obviously we're long gone now. These sensors here, these guys that you put in the corner of your room or the corner of your desk, these sensors, you get two of them with the Oculus Rift and you point them towards your device. These are now gone. In favor or in replacement to those, you now have a bunch of little cameras. You've got two on the front here, you've got one on either side, and you've got one up the very top here. Damn hard crowd here today. It is. I've got getting all sorts of peer pressure here. One of the things I do want to talk about is the tracking. So there's a couple of little things. People have been raving about the tracking. They've been saying it's really good. I found a couple of little situations where I'm like, okay, I didn't get that before with the original Rift. One thing you need to be very, very careful of is when just by grabbing the headset, it's very easy to scratch or to just put a fingerprint on these little cameras. I found that I had a fairly oily fingerprint on my right one, and when I was going for the MCP and twisting up the altitude knob, it would get stuck. I'm like, oh, that's not very good. I took my headset off and had a little bit of a look, cleaned the camera, and it was perfect.
Surely you can't be serious.
When
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Grabbing it around the sides there, they do indent these little cameras a little bit, but there's still, you can still touch them, so if you're not careful, and if you do get any tracking issues, anything like that, that's probably what it is. Hey Dean, welcome to the stream, buddy. Welcome to the stream. One thing I did like about having the cameras there, no longer am, when I'm heads down looking at the FMC, plugging stuff in. With the original Rift-S, you get there where my desk is, I'd start to put my hand below my desk, below where the sensors could see, and I'd start to lose tracking. With this, I can go right down almost pretty much under my seat, and I can still get some form of tracking, which is really good. So punching stuff into the FMC is not really a problem anymore. Stop talking at pictures. What? Oh, a stream equals 60. I don't know. I'm gonna, yes, Austrian control, whatever you said. That sounds great. We will be getting airborne very soon, guys. I promise that. Another change that I wanted to go through. Yeah, it is a real tough crowd. Is the controller setup, and this is, yeah, this is where things get a little bit go a little bit south for me. So this is the Oculus Rift, the original Rift's controller here. Yeah. Oh man, cool. Just chill, buddy. We'll get there in a little bit. The Oculus Rift controller, obviously, as you can see, the circle is underneath. This is the tracking circle for it. These controllers with one battery only take one battery, like the new ones, but they feel really, really solid. You know, I've got a couple of marks on them. You know, I've knocked over like 3 or 4 beers. I've ruined 2 keyboards, all that sort of stuff with these controllers. They are really, really comfortable, and they're really, really solid. If we have a look at the controllers for the Rift-S, they have inverted the circle. So the circle is now on top. And first thing I noticed was, okay, these are really light. The plastic feels really flimsy, and even some of the side buttons you've got here feel a little bit flimsy as well. So I wasn't wrapped with the controllers. Now that the circle for tracking is on the top, I do find when I'm hanging onto them for a little while, especially when I'm flying, because I grab the controllers in VR with my hands, I find they get a little bit top heavy. There is a little bit of weight there on the top, and it does pull on your hand a little bit. So it's a small thing, but that design change, obviously there's a reason for it. Obviously the cameras and then the positions of those, that they need to be on top now. But that was one little disappointment with the Oculus Rift-S, is the controllers do feel a little bit cheaper than the original ones. So yeah, I thought it was a beer holder. You could almost do that. You could almost fit a beer in those. So yeah. That's probably my look into the Oculus Rift-S. I hope you guys really appreciate it. We'll do some flying now, get into it, and we can do some more talking in the air. All right, we are on the deck here in Sydney. Let's get out here and have a little bit of a look here. We've got an Air France Embraer there. Don't ask me how the hell that's going to work. We are using a version behind the latest version of X-Plane, and we are using Ultra Weather XP. And as you can see, not totally wild about those clouds. It's not great. So we are going to be operating velocity 1532 from Sydney through to Hobart today. We'll obviously get the aircraft set up, get underway, and fly in VR. And the weather is deteriorating in Hobart, and as pretty much everything south of Canberra, I think, is starting to get a little bit deteriorated in terms of weather. There's a lot of wind and all that sort of stuff. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get into it. So batteries on, exit lights on. We'll go ahead and kickstart the APU now and get it underway. If anyone does have any questions about VR or the Oculus Rifts in general, whether the old or new, please feel free to shoot me some questions and I can go ahead and get into it. Turn you down there. My little boom mic's a little bit close there. And yeah, I don't know if the Hey XCon22, I don't know if my sounds and my music and all that sort of stuff's working at the moment. I had to test a hell of a lot of stuff today, and unfortunately I left audio to the last second, or the last minute. When I said last minute, I started with like 3 hours to go till the stream time, and it's taken me 5 hours to get the audio back and sorted, because I use a dedicated streaming PC. I've got to send audio backwards and forwards, and it gets really quite complex. So got that finally sorted, but I think I forgot the sounds. So any of those custom sounds that we've got, I think they are maybe not working for the stream. XCon, I do use a set of rudder pedals only. You can see the rudder pedals below the stream in my information, and I use the Rift controllers to fly the aeroplane. Love man, I'm gonna get you to calm down a little bit, buddy. We will get there. We're just going to take our time. If you're after someone Russian, you're probably in the wrong stream, buddy. I'm gonna wait for you to go. I think I have loaded the aircraft already. Yeah, I have. We'll go ahead now and turn those on. Whoops, other way down. Steady lights, and we'll go over here, and we'll go start the flight leg. The departure time, Tom, we're going to get going straight away, so I reckon we'll be airborne within the next 20 minutes. Are you Russian? We're going to give you a 10-minute. We're going to give you a bit of a timeout there, buddy. Alrighty. Alright, let's go ahead and align the IRS. Get you going, you going. Your dam's still not working. Still waiting for the pressurize the hydraulics. Well, this has been a calm and relaxed start, yeah, hasn't it? What Austrian? Everyone's like, get airborne. Don't talk to us about the Rift. We don't care. Just get airborne. Sorry. The leader is on board. Alrighty, let's do a test here of the oxygen on that side. Whoop. Over this side, let's go ahead and turn the panel brightness up a little bit there. Okay, fire test. Do a test over there.
Adjust vertical speed.
Check.
Adjust. Climb.
They're all in.
Now. Climb.
They're all in.
Now. Climb. Crossing.
Over
Climb.
here, quick
Climb.
test of
Crossing.
you. Check,
Climb.
check.
Climb.
Over to you.
Climb.
Check,
Clear
check.
of conflict.
Check
Descend.
your oxygen for you guys. No
Descend.
worries. We'll go and do
Descend.
yours.
Crossing.
There you
Descend.
go.
Descend.
And light the thing up like a
Crossing.
Christmas
Descend.
tree. Check
Descend.
everything's lit up and
Descend
working.
now. Descend. Descend now. Increase climb.
Oh, looking
Increase
good on that
climb.
side.
Increase descent. Increase
Oh,
descent.
looking good
Maintain
on that
vertical
side.
speed. Maintain. Maintain.
Alrighty, let's go
vertical
over
speed.
here and have a little bit of a look
Crossing.
here. The pre-flight
Maintain.
checklist, oxygen
Monitor
tested 100%,
vertical
both
speed.
sides.
TCAS
The
test.
navigation transfer and
Pass.
display switches, they're up here. They're all normal and auto. We've got the window heat, and that's up the back here. Those 4 switches along there are on. The pressurization mode selector, he's over here on auto, and while I'm over here as part of the checklist, I like to go set my cruise altitude just so I don't forget in the pressurization system. Does the Rift work for pre-flight? It does, Barbs, but I like to do this, and so you can see my face. Okay, where are we? The flight instruments we've got. Oh yes, let's go ahead and quickly set up. What do we got here? The weather here in Sydney 1011, and what we'll do is enter the IRS. You can tell I'm a little bit rusty with this. Sydney, that gives us south 33, 56.7, east 151, 156, yeah, never going to be bang on because we are slightly different position. Chuck you in there, perfect. Let's continue with the checklist here. So it was a flight instrument, so we've got heading 269 on that side, close you, heading at 269 on that side. The altimeter is 1011, 1011, and 1011. Give us getting an altitude of just shy of 20 feet, ooh, almost under. Maybe the weather's changed a little bit since we were there. Barbs, you're one of the old faithful, buddy. I don't know what you're going on about. Alrighty. Okay, so now that the aircraft is powered up, we'll go over here and do another quick test. The GPWS system here. Can we go up here and do this test at the same time? Test the stall warning. Stick shaker that side. Stick shaker this side. Perfect. History with study level. Not quite, but close. Okay, let's go through and have a little bit of a look at this guy. This is the flight plan. So we'll drag him up here. Have a little bit of a look here. So we are operating Virgin Australia flight 1532 from Sydney through to Hobart, 26th of May.
I've got to concentrate.
It's really disappointing. Sorry about that.
Hello?
Guys.
Hello?
It is an hour and 32 minutes. This
Echo!
flight for us.
Echo!
Requiring about 4.1 tonnes of fuel. We have got a 9-minute contingency there. We are carrying an alternate, which is Melbourne, and we've got the standard fixed reserve of 30 minutes. So all up here on the gate, we're looking at about 8.9 tonnes of fuel. Get over there, we're down to about 8.8 because we've got some fuel burning with the APU running. Zero fuel weight of 58.9 tonnes. We chuck the fuel on minus a little bit for taxi, gives us a blast off weight of 67.6 tonnes. The maximum landing weight for this aircraft is 66.3 tonnes, so we are a little bit overweight should we need to return to Sydney. We're going to burn about 4.1 in the cruise, and we are going to land there with about 63.4 once we get down to Hobart. We'll disregard the schedule for now, and looking at the shear rate. The shear rate is the number there which talks about the amount of turbulence that we'll have up at our cruise level. Shear rate of 3. There are a couple of significant weather events around at the moment in regards to turbulence. Definitely down south. I think all of Tasmania has got one over the top of it at the moment. We're going down there at 36,000 feet, or flight level 360. The wind once we get up to the top of cruise is 281 at 63 knots. We got the alternate summary there for Melbourne. If someone asks, I will spam caps at you. Milo, police in my stream, thanks buddy. We have got, so Melbourne's our primary alternate there. We have got Launceston as well as Canberra there. Skip the contingency summary for now. This is the route that we operate the aircraft. So we're off 3-4 left, the Wollongong 2 to Wollongong, and then that's our route down to Hobart. 592 nautical miles, flight level 360 is the plan for us. I think Loveman can take a bit of a 10-minute break there and just relax. That's the spot weather information that we could refer to if we need it, and this is the flight plan. We'll see all the waypoints as well as some important information. Tron, you there? Please help. Some important information there as well. It showed up at an entertaining time. I've showed up at an entertaining time. You have, Tron, yes. We needed a little bit of love, but it's okay. The swift hand of DJ has struck, and yeah, we're going through it. This is the destination plan. So this is our flight from Hobart to Melbourne if we needed to divert. Hopefully we don't need to use that. Let's have a little bit of a look at the weather here. So Sydney, this information was taken at 0500 Zulu, so a little while ago now. 260 at 12 knots, cav okay, so ceiling and visibility is okay. It's 23 degrees, dew point of 4 QH 1011, no significant weather forecasted for the next little bit. And as you can see there, Sydney's looking pretty nice. Okay, the destination, so Hobart, as you can see, 320 at 14 knots. Good visibility, but showers of rain in the area. Broken at 4,600, broken at 5,400, just 13 degrees down south, and QNH of 997. Looking at the forecast there, you can see we are going to have potentially the wind picking up there with gusting knots of gusting up to 25 knots. Again continuing the rain there, and again some more weather and cloud, low cloud moving in throughout the night there. Melbourne is looking equally interesting. It's gusting up to 30 later on. There's moderate to severe turbulence below 5,000 feet, and Melbourne's in for a good old time with some more rain later on today. So Yeah, looking interesting there. This is a bit of a sideways look at our flight today. You can see the climb up to 36,000 feet and then our descent down. Actually, it's the other way. I don't know why PFPX does this. So I guess it just north-south. I guess that's how it depicts it. So we're starting on the right-hand side and then we're going left. And then that's a bit of a top-down view. You can see we're going to have a nice juicy crosswind the whole flight down to Hobart there. Okay, well that's about it from the flight plan. Let's go ahead and get the aircraft configured up. So what do we got here? That guy there. All right, so heads down, and we've got Hobart YMHB. What did I export the plan as? I think this is going to be YMHB1. No, it's not. Sorry guys, 1 second. 01. Okay, Sydney YMHB01. Company route. Activate, execute. We are Virgin or Velocity of 1532. 1532. 3-4 left for us. And departure. Wollongong to execute. Let's have a little bit of a looky at that. Should be a couple of left-hand turns, which it is. Okay, over to the performance initialization page. So if we go ahead, and what we'll do is we'll go to our plan and toggle the tablet charts. Plans.
I love Scotch. I love Scotch.
Where are we going?
Scotch. Here it goes down into my belly.
18th, 26th, that guy just there. Daz, none of my things are working. Yeah, trying to more than, well, I'm more than happy to talk about it when we get airborne. I have had a little bit of an intro which you missed, and I did have a bit of a chat, a comparison, but I'm happy to go through some of those things in a little bit. Okay, so this is the flight plan. The flight plan here, as we looked at just a little bit before. It's working for you guys. So you're hearing the music and stuff. Okay, I'm not. Oh, okay, so maybe it is working. Okay, see, audio still kills me. Anyway, all right, so unfortunately the company route, because it's so long, has pushed everything sideways a little bit here. So this 58.9 is actually our 0 fuel weight. So let's go ahead and put that in now. 58.9, we've got 4.2, and we've got a cost index of 20. Flight level tree 60 for us. The wind up there was 281 at 63. And outside air temperature minus 53. N1 limit for us. We won't go through that today. Nice long runway for us. We'll do a takeoff 1 and a climb 1 for us, and the climb out. Flaps 5. Giving us 501 on the trim. That's basically what it is now. And 501, yeah, we can leave that. That's all pretty good. We don't need to worry about that. And what have we got here? 149. So we can get rid of the flight plan now. Up to here, 149 for the climb out speed. Heads down back here, cruise. So we're going to adjust. 0.78 is the cruise for us. The descent is a similar profile of 0.78 and 280 knots. Forecast page. The transition level on the way down is 110. Okay, 5.7. We're going to land with about 4 point something. That'll fix itself up as well. Captain Books, hey buddy, welcome to the stream. I'm doing really well. Hope you are too. Okay, that's pretty much configured. Let's go over here to Avi tab. Airports, Yankee Sierra. Ooh, that's a couple of too many S's. Yankee Sierra, Sierra Yankee. Got no ATC online. We do not. Text chat. There we go. Okay, airport. So let's go ahead and bring up the airport page, ground chart. We'll look at the departure, the Wollongong to departure, and we'll set up for an approach back to 3-4 left if we need it. Okay. Ooh, the sunlight there. You can see our little red plane just here on domestic 3, and we're going to chuck that guy just there. Okay, let little bit of a check there, and we'll get this guy set up. So what do we got here? So it's 335 until 800 feet. So we'll change that to 335. Change you to 30 degrees. 335. And we'll set that to 5,000. Flight directors on my side is master. Yours is slave. LNAV. Ooh, no LNAV. Why isn't it giving me an LNAV? Oh, it's a VNAV, sorry. Yeah, it does that every now and again, the Zibbo, sorry. Okay, we'll rock and roll with it. 112 1, and the ILS to come back. 110 1 335 110 1 110 1 is what's set there. Go ahead and set that. I, for some reason in the Zibbo, can't pick up Sydney. Oh, I can now. I'm just going to shut up. Terrain, there we go. You switched to Team Airbus. Oh, I don't know about Team Airbus, guys. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still on the fence there. Milo's been trying to convince me, but we haven't got there yet. Okay, everything else is looking pretty well set up. Now let's go over here, 335. Okay, let's do a departure briefing real quick, and I haven't got any of my departure briefing sheets here to jog my memory, so we're just going to rock and roll through it real quick. So we are operating Virgin Australia flight 1532 from Melbourne, no, correction, not from Melbourne, from Sydney down to Hobart. We're down here on domestic 3, so we're going to do a pushback tail left, which we haven't organised yet, and then taxi via Golf onto Charlie down to Lima, and cross Lima, and then maybe down to Alpha 6. Maybe if we're lucky enough and no one's going to get me in trouble, we might blast off from Lima. We'll see how we go. Speaking about blasting off, it's going to be a left-hand seat takeoff. My side is going to be flaps 5. You guys on the stream, you are my virtual FOs, so if you do see anything I'm doing wrong, please shout it out on stream, and I'll have a bit of a look at it and make a decision about what we do. So it is runway 34 left, so from 0 through to 80 knots. We're going to be doing this all in VR. If there is something wrong with the aircraft, we'll just pull it up and take it off and deal with it. From 80 knots through to V1, we're only going to stop the aircraft for a loss of control or an engine failure. From V1, we're going to take the problem into the sky. Talking about taking the problem into the sky, we have got the aircraft set up for an arrival back here into 34 left. Really nice long runway. The conditions here in Sydney are great. We won't need to worry about it. We are a little bit overweight, so we're just going to do a really smooth landing, and hopefully we don't blow it up the aircraft when we come back. Okay, if nothing does go tits up, we are doing the Wollongong 2 departure. It calls for a initial heading of 335 degrees, 800 feet. We're turning left to 10 DME Sydney, then it's a left-hand turn. After passing 7,000 feet, we turn left to Ankub, and then it's off to the Gong. Let's just have a little bit of a look here and make sure that that's what we have got. 800 feet, then it's out to 10, 7,000 feet or above, then we're turning to Ankub, which is exactly what we've got there. Okay, the weather conditions really good, and there's no terrain for us to hit. Alright, that completes the departure briefing, guys. If anyone's got any questions, please let me know. Alrighty, let's go ahead now. Ground services, better pushback, pre-plan.
Ground to cockpit.
Okay,
Sure you've got your plan there.
Drip
Give me a
now,
call
hey
through the
buddy,
menu when
welcome
you're ready
to
to
the
go.
stream. Hope I am, buddy. I am, and I got a brand new Oculus Rift-S, which we're going to try. So really, really excited about that. Okay, well, I think we're good to go. Let's get the thing locked up. Doors will close you, you, and you will close you. Home. And let's go ahead and call the pushback tug.
Ground to cockpit. So it's starting up right now.
Alrighty, go ahead and close the door. See you later, guys. Alrighty, and before we do go, I need to get a real quick drink, guys. My voice is starting to fail me with all this talking. Give me 2 seconds. We'll be right back, and we'll get underway on our trip from Sydney through to Hobart with the Oculus Rift-S. Told you it was going to be really, really quick. Alrighty, let's go ahead now and jump into VR. Knowing my luck, everything, this is the point where everything will the train will start to come off the rails, but we'll see how we go. Alrighty, so, bit of liquid courage. Oh, I'm out of beer, but I do have scotch, so what I'll do is when we do get into the cruise there, I think we'll go ahead and get a couple
connected and bypass been inserted. Release the parking brake when you're ready.
Drinks in the cruise there. Okay, so we should have the pushback tug on. We do. Let's go ahead now and I think that's where we jump into VR. I'm pretty sure this is the point. Okay, so it is a bit of a switch to the headset. Go ahead and get rid of you. So we are on my little mic now, guys, which I need to be on for VR. Having a boom mic in VR when you can't see the mic nor your hands is really quite a tough thing to do. I keep putting these things upside down like that when they actually have to go like that. Alrighty. We need to go ahead and start you, VR, and enable VR. Lovely Leroy, still got your photo up there, buddy. Congratulations again. You've had you had the most time there with that shot. Alrighty, give me a sec to get into VR, guys. Okay, where are my hands? They're up here. There we go. Chuck you back there. Hey, there we go. Hopefully you guys can see what I can see. Yeah, perfect. Have you had a haircut? You look different. Have you just had a haircut? I absolutely need a haircut. That's exactly what I need. Okay, so we need to get a couple of things into VR. So plugins, we need some Move VR. Manage, plug in the windows. Have we got Fly Lure? No. System windows. Chatty, hey buddy. Medium, move to VR. There we go. Bring you out. There we go. We chuck you guys. Wow, you're so... Hey, Avjo, welcome, buddy. Welcome to the stream. Wow, I don't have to have that window anywhere near as big. You guys are so easy to read. Chuck you guys up there. Do I want to chuck you guys there? I don't know where I want to chuck you guys. I want to chuck you guys somewhere else. I'll chuck you guys there. Oh, I don't know where to chuck you guys. Anywhere. You guys that can go... No, you guys can go up there. Alright, you guys are going to go there. Alright. Enough worrying about where you guys are going to go. That JAWS isn't going to get much of a workout anymore because we're using Swift, a lovely client, which is fantastic. A new client. Okay, for Vatim, you're on. Okay, let's get going. So, that checklist is so clear for me. Okay, we're up to the before start checklist. So fuel, we've got everything on. We've got 1 in the tank, 1 ton in the centers. I think we leave those off for takeoff if it's a ton. We'll leave those off for now. The passenger signs are on. The windows are locked on my side and locked on your side. The MCP, we've got V2 heading 149, heading 335 and 5,000 feet is set. The target speeds, we've got V1 of... What is it? Executing. Sure, execute. I probably want to move back a little bit actually. And a little bit forward, there we go. N1. Yeah, okay. We've got 140, 141 and 149. That's the CDU pre-flight completed. The trim is free and 0. The taxi and takeoff briefing has been completed to the line. Below the line, the flight deck door is closed and locked. And the anti-collision light is on. That's the pre-flight checklist complete. Can you talk some more about the Rift? Barbs, I don't know if you're being the biggest troll or what. Okay, well then we are good to go. So, brakes are off. Start the clock.
Alright, starting the pushback, and
all I've heard is the text is clearer. Well, we did do a little bit of an intro about the Oculus Rift. I want to hear more about the quality. Alright, well Daz, I trust you, Daz. Barbs can be a bit shady sometimes. So one of the things you'll notice, it is greatly clear. It is vastly clearer than the Rift. I can tell, like looking over there at those trees, I can see all the details. I can see the fence. I can see the railing and the fence over there. Why did we stop? If I see you wanted to troll you, yeah. See, there you go. When is the Rift giveaway? Not yet, not yet. But one of the things you need to learn with the, or you need to, no, I want to turn that on. That one and that guy. To note with the Rift-S is it's only an 80 Hz panel, whereas the original Rift, is a 90 Hz panel. So with some of the awesome mods you can now get for X-Plane, one of them is called the OVR mod, which locks your sim at 30 FPS, giving you heaps of headroom to raise up your settings, and it has asymmetrical time warp on. But when you turn that feature on in the, on the Rift, it gives you 30 FPS. When you turn that feature on in the Rift-S, because it's only an 80 Hz panel, you get 27. There's no change though. It's still really, really smooth. I don't know if you guys can see how smooth it is, but it's really, really smooth for me as the starter comes out and we stabilize on number 2. It's a good start. We've got the timer running. We want a good start before a minute. It's a good start on 2. Let's go ahead and start 1.
Alright, mate. Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
Mike, what it does is it puts an extra frame in and smooths out VR when you can't maintain 45 FPS. It allows a really more smooth experience in VR, especially when you're flying things like this and in the simulator where it's really heavy on the frames. Chucking VR in it only pushes your computer to the max. So. Abjo, I bought mine from the Oculus Rift store, so like the other one, unfortunately it did get a little bit delayed. It took 4 days to get here instead of 2 like the original Rift. Maybe it was just due to the demand. And that started cut out and a good start on number 1. Okay, so flaps 5. Flaps 5 for us. Control check, watch your knees guys. And rudder right, center, rudder left, center, back to 0. Okay, oh, the overhead panel going down here, starting from top to bottom, working our way left to right. We got yes, you're on. Don't require you guys. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. Okay. The passenger in 14 Alpha is becoming unruly. Watch my knees, not on my Airbus. We get a tray table in the Airbus, don't you? Okay, before taxi, the generators are on. The probe heat is on. The anti-ice is not required. The isolation valve is auto. The engine start switches for this aircraft are auto. Recalls checked. The auto brake is RTO. The engine start levers are idle detent. The flight controls have been checked, and we better tell this guy to disconnect. Flight controls are checked and dispatch clearance. We're just waiting for that, and then we'll get underway. Alright. So we go ahead and turn you off.
So it's disconnected. Bypass pin, yeah, it's removed. I'll give you a thumbs up on the right and catch you next time. Have a safe flight.
Thanks, buddy. We'll see you next time. Virtual fuel's fairly cheap, isn't it, Dino? There he goes. Off he goes. So the boss has requested we turn the APU off ahead of time, so we'll make sure that we do that. Okay, so we're just waiting for old mate to give us a thumbs up, and then we're good to go. I don't think corners have whatever those are. Good call, Chief. And good thumbs up on the right-hand side. Thanks, asshole. So, taxi light on. Brakes are released. We are clear on the left and clear on the right. Let's go. Boss, can I get permission to depart off Lima, or do I have to cross Lima and go all the way down to Alpha 6 for 3-4 left? Yeah, QF Saab, I think something's down there. Got to crash, safe flight. Alright, see you later, buddy. I tell you, I'm not a fan of those ultra weather XP clouds. Not all of them. Brought through Oculus 2, watching FedEx for updates. They don't deliver on Sundays. Ah, it's a shame. DJ Sean will be crashing soon too. Oh, we got a Jetstar A320 there. I did see someone in the text saying that they were maybe a Jetstar A320 or something. I'll give way. Ah, Tom, that's you. That's okay. That's who I saw before. Okay, thanks, buddy. We'll go down here. There's Tom just there, and his Jetstar A320 as he creeps towards Golf. Abjo, I did get it through the Oculus store, and they FedEx delivered it as well. FedEx, hey Tom. FedEx delivered it within 2 days for my original Rift, but the Rift-S unfortunately took 4 when they did start processing it. The sounds are no longer working. Okay, copy, Barbs. Okay, clear on the left. And we are clear on the right. That guy there. Tom says turn left. Okay, come on off. Didn't go green.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
The cabin is secure before takeoff. Checklist is flaps are 5 green light and stabilizer trim is 5 units set before takeoff. Checklist complete. Just make sure we stay on the taxiway here. It's Aussie Pikachu with the beard. Hey, how you doing? Welcome. Yeah, there's no ATC on. The blacks. Well, we haven't done. Oh, keep turning, Sean. Keep turning. We haven't done a lot of flying at night, but I can tell you through some of the testing that I have, the blacks aren't hugely black. They are more of a grey, which is a bit of a shame. But I still thoroughly enjoyed my test flight from Canberra to Sydney the other night, and I don't see it as something that you really need to worry about. Slow down, for fuck's sake. Hey, Barbs, high-speed taxi approved. There you go, the high-speed taxi's approved. What can I say? Barbs, do we have permission to depart off Lima here, or do you want you to make me go all the way to Alpha 6? If I can damn well stay on the taxiway. Your clouds look fantastic. Thanks, Tron. Is this X-Plane YSS scenery? Yes, it is. It is. Mate, do what you want. Alright, buddy. Yeah, you'll get used to it. It's nothing too bad. I really thoroughly enjoyed my flight at night in this. I noticed it. It stood out. I'm like, oh, this isn't really black, but it didn't trouble me that much. Liam, mate, go from Kilo. Okay, let's have a little bit of a look here. So we're just going to pull up here. Oh, have we got ATC online? We have Melbourne Centre. Oh, we got Melbourne Centre online. 1240. Okay, park brake on. 124. Ugh, these knobs. Now we do have Centre online. Quick, go. I think I need a tactical takeoff from you. Full brakes, engines 100% and left. Oh, he just went offline. Hey buddy, it has been a while. How are you? The Admit 97, welcome to the stream. Well, Center's just gone offline for me, so we're going to depart off 1228 and then get going. Okay, so a very big look out the left-hand side here. There is nothing coming down the runway. There's nothing. This is Vatsin. There's nothing coming in on the opposite runway. We've got nothing on the TCAS here. No. Okay, so terrain off, weather on, you're on. We've got traffic is on. Double ding the crew. What do we got here? Config, flaps, stab trim, takeoff, cabins ready, MCP, transponder, strobe light, and landing lights. Brakes released. Let's thrust up. We are clear on the left, and we are clear on the right. Let's get going. Larrikin, hey buddy, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing really well. Great to see you. Uh-oh. Can you guys hear the ATC okay? Hey buddy, it's really, really good. Really, really good. Not at all. Can't hear. Okay. I'll see if I can fix that for you guys. Alright. You can't hear it? Okay, we're just going to get going here, and then we'll contact him airborne. I reckon. Can't hear ATC at all? Okay, I'll fix that, guys, for you. Alright, up to 40%. And Togo, let's go. Thrust set. Airspeed's alive.
80 knots.
80 knots.
V1, rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up. Okay, 800 feet is when we turn left, not before. What are you doing, aeroplane? 800 feet, left turn.
1,000.
Okay.
Traffic.
Where? There's no traffic. Stupid aeroplane. Okay, let's go. Center velocity 1532. Our apologies. We saw you come on there as we were already rolling. We are airborne through 2600 for 5000 Wollongong 2 departure. I'll fix up the ATC, guys, when we get through this. (3167) and maintain 5000 velocity 1532. Okay. Daz, that's a really good question. So, no, there's cameras either side here. There's a camera underneath and there's a camera on top. So you pretty much got total ability to track your controllers there. I haven't had any issues. However, having said that though, with the TBM, Daz, you know how you've got the overhead panel here on the TBM just there? When the controllers do get a little bit close, as you can see there is a little bit of a dead zone when the controllers get really close to the headset. Either first, do you keep it 3 or 5 inches from your headset? On FPS, have you to... I'm going to move you guys over there now, it's a little bit easier to read. Was that for me, MPD? On FPS, have to keep it 3 to 5 inches from the headset. Okay. 10 and 7, wasn't it? Yeah. We don't turn... we'll turn anyway, let's see if we get in trouble. See if I can fix that that voice for you guys. Oh wow, yeah, that's really not coming through for you guys at all. Yeah, alright. I'll I don't know why that ATC is not coming through at all for you guys. I'll have to have a little bit of a look at that when we get in cruise. I'll get in the climb just out of here, out above 10. Why do you use the headset? Are you talking about this head, my gaming headset? I've been told to maintain 5,000 here. So you can see the city of Sydney just off my, probably my 9 o'clock now, through there. You can see the city, CBD. We've got the airport, which is just out here to the left now. Oh, this is us. Direct the gong, climb flight level 360, velocity 1532, thanks. We don't want to go that high, we want to go 36. Got denied a climb. Sorry, Tom. Can you put the chat box on the lower ECAS? Like, just down there, mate? I can do that. Yes. But then the throttle kind of blocks the latest thing. Okay, now that we've gone though, I reckon we can just get rid of this. And chuck you guys up here. Yeah, they're pretty comfortable. Put the chat box as your co-pilot. There you go. Okay, we were cleared direct to the gong as well. To Wollongong is where we're headed. Barbs is right, they wait for us. Okay, some really clean air here, so you're off with, they're off. Well, they never came on, don't tell anyone. We'll let the crew up. There we go. And then when we get through 10,000 feet and the aircraft accelerates, we'll let the packs up. Just to give you a bit of a sense of the improvement over the Rift compared to the Rift-S. So all of this is really, really clear for me, right? You'd expect that. This used to be, or these numbers in here for your standby numbers and these numbers around here used to be a little bit blurry in the Rift. The Rift-S, they're lovely and clear. I never used to be able to make out, even though I could make out, you know, what that is on that screen because it's a mirror image of this in this configuration. That I can't make out with the Rift-S. I can make out all that text totally fine. So I can't read any of these with the Rift-S. That's the same as the Rift. I can't read those. I can read all those fine. I can read all that fine. I can read those. Okay. But yeah, I can't read any of those. I can't read those. I can read all those. So yeah, it gives you a bit of an idea what you can kind of get away with the Rift. Okay, that's through 10,000. That's off. We're on to standard. Whoops, standard, and we'll let the packs up. Okay, let's go ahead now and jump out of VR, and I'll get the ATC fixed for you guys. Give me a sec. Okay guys, welcome back. Alex, I like it much better. It's far superior to the Rift. Zoom in there a little bit. Maybe we're a little bit far out. Did you see that, Barbs? Yeah, it's a bit of smoke. Can we get over here and have a little bit of a look down? Yeah, it does look. That looked like 3D smoke when I was in VR. There, it looks a little bit flatter on a flatter screen. It definitely looks a little bit flatter. Okay, so why can we not hear? Why can you not hear the ATC? Why can't you hear ATC? Let's have a look here. Discord goes to virtual into Discord. Just move my audio out of the way so you guys can't see it. Discord. You should be able to hear it. Yeah, Milo, I have. What kind of econ climb is that? Climb 1. Climb 1, that's what it is. Just having a little bit of a look here at the audio here, just to make sure I've got it all right. Must be one.
You like movies about gladiators?
It should all be working. Definitely, it's definitely getting hazy. Definitely. Why is there a Sydney VOR? It's really weird. Why can't we get your Discord audio? Why can't we get you not Discord? Let's see if Discord comes through actually. Let's see. Okay. Daz and Barbs. Hey lads.
Huh? Hey. Hello.
Hey.
I can stop sending you troll messages on the chat now. Just to tell you.
Okay.
Now, alright?
I think you guys are coming through on the stream. I think.
Yeah, that's pretty odd.
But Swift isn't.
Yeah. Yep.
Swift, what are you doing?
You ever been in a cockpit before?
No, sir, I've never been up in a plane before.
You ever seen a grown man naked?
Okay, that should fix it.
Showing 138. Any visual now?
There we go. That's my bad, guys. That's an error that I did with Swift.
Showing 138. Thanks. Please independent visual approach runway 34 left. And the wind 250 degrees.
Why is there a Sydney VLR out?
I don't know, mate. I just checked that. Yeah, it's a floating VOR. At least I'm picking it up. Alright. That is now fixed.
Put your course line on your position, hit position.
Yep. You mean the POS button?
Yeah, up there. Does it work? No.
No.
32 descent, descent 5,000.
Can you guys on the stream now hear the ATC? It is pretty quiet.
We can't actually hear you on Discord.
You can't what?
I can hear the ATC now.
You can. Is it quite soft? They are quite soft to me. There we go, guys. How's that? Can you hear the ATC now?
No. Oh, it sounded alright before. You cleared someone for a visual approach.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
Also informed Delta taxi by Tango Alpha to the Juliet holding point runway 34.
Is that a little bit better? I've just brought the volume up a little bit as well.
Taxi by Tango Alpha to the Juliet holding runway.
Yeah, it's good now.
No, I can hear ATC fine.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's
I can't hear Sean on Discord though.
You can't hear me on Discord. Oh yeah, right. Unmute your mic.
Oh yeah, right.
I'm so rusty with streaming. I really do apologise, guys. This is not the normal quality of my streaming. I haven't streamed for about 3 months there, and it's amazing how much you lose. It's amazing how many integrations and stuff you've got, and they all get disconnected and they all time out after a month of not using them. So, yeah, it's good fun. Great fun.
Jetstar 708, star clearance available.
Star clearance available.
Go ahead, Jetstar 708.
Jetstar 708, cleared the Warren 6 Alpha arrival, runway 34, when ready descend flight level 250.
So the Warren 6 Alpha, runway 34, when ready to descend 250. Jetstar
Let's try and see if we can mute Discord. There we go. Yes. Okay. We'll mute the ATC here for a second. What you're looking at here, guys, is the Oculus software. So this doesn't change from the Rift. So obviously I've got the Rift-S. The same software platform supports both of them, which is a really good benefit because the Oculus software is really, really good. It's really, really polished. So as you can see down here, the good old days of my Oculus Rift, they are now behind me as we use the Oculus Rift-S. So same software platform, really easy to upgrade should you want to do it. You don't need to uninstall anything, install any new drivers or anything like that. Just rip out the old headset somewhat delicately if you want to resell it, and then chuck it straight back, chuck your new one in, which is really, really nice. Obviously no sensors to worry about anymore, which is really, really good.
Yeah, Roger, sorry, I didn't engage it. So I'm just sending now. Sorry about that.
What was the 834 no worries, cancel start and let's
Am I going too fast for you, TomTom?
With radar vectors for the RMF runway 34.
I'm just doing the profile speed. Just profile.
150 plus
TomTom, no, you can't. So unfortunately, the old style, which I think are far better, and these are way more solid. These don't work with the new sensors, and vice versa. The new sensors don't work with those extra tracking, and those tracking don't work with the headset, unfortunately. Another point that I wanted to talk about, you probably noticed on the Oculus Rift-S, is there's no headset, there's no little speaker, there's no little over-your-ear headphones. This little one here is actually from my Rift-S. It's from my Rift. Just turn those guys off for a second. It actually comes from my Rift. They're not compatible with the Rift-S. What the Rift-S does is it's got little speakers. It's got little speakers just in here that point directional sound at your ear. They don't actually have over-your-ear speakers like the old Rift, which does allow you to take them off, because I use my gaming headset. I much prefer using my gaming headset rather than this, obviously. But it's still, the sound from this thing, the Rift-S, is another thing that is a little bit disappointing. Obviously, with not covering your ear or having the speaker really close to your ear, you do lose a lot of bass. And there's actually a Reddit forum post that's going around at the moment where people are talking about installing an equalizer on your computer, a little bit of software, and actually EQing some bass into the Rift-S's speakers, so you can actually feel some bass through the headset, which is nice. The Rift, one thing I will give it though, for the Rift-S not having speakers on the ear, when someone's in VR and you're talking to them, you're saying, you know, turn left or descend or do something like that, because they've got no sound actually blocking the ear, it's actually really easy for people to follow directions. But for serious simmers like you guys and me, I just turn off the sound altogether from the Oculus and just use my gaming headset. And that is a feature which is in the settings here. I actually think it's in the settings right there. So audio, use window or use the Rift-S microphone, or like vice versa, use the Rift-S headset, which I don't use. That's where you set your IPD, really straightforward, like the Rift. Before it, you don't have the manual adjuster like you do on the old Rift, so you just do it through the IPD, which is just there. What's your plan, Mac? I'm at 0.78 frames
turn right, heading 310.
As we reach 36,000 feet.
Roger, turn right, heading 310, descending 5,000 velocity, 834.
And velocity 834, expect the velocity 834, expect the unabsorbed approach runway 34 from Actel.
Sorry, you cut out of
it. My Rift.
Hey, mate.
Hey.
What?
That's a funny looking scotch you got there, mate.
Qantas 132, clear visual approach. Report on the ground. Control service terminated.
I'll catch you at 0.8. I'll still use my 933 headset anyway. What's a 933 headset? I think I will have to sell the CV1. I think I'll have a Rift CV1 for sale. Good condition. PM if interested. Hey, if you sell it, I get 10%.
You don't want him using that.
Oh dear. Alright. Let's have a little bit of a look at this lovely ortho we have for X-Plane here as we come across over here. Looking down on the ground there. Ugh, what is that? Ever since I got Ultra Weather XP, you do get a couple of little things going on every now and again that get a little bit funky and a little bit interesting.
Just 748 descend 4,000, report visual.
74000 and we have visual for 748.
The star 748.
That is why. Okay. Output VB audio. Okay.
Surely you can't be serious. I am serious.
Did that work for you guys?
And don't call me Shug.
675-130, just 70.
Velocity 834, resume my navigation, track direct Actel. From Actel, clear the unauxiliary approach runway 34.
This is Velocity 834. I'm not getting Actel up on my SMT. It's not coming up. Is there any other places you can go to?
Velocity 834, turn left heading 280. Are you visual?
It's over 9,000!
I think that worked. I think I finally fixed the sounds for me so I can actually hear them. Is that going to work?
It's over 9,000!
There we go. Now I can hear the sounds, guys. That's what I like to do. Just fix the stream up as we fly. There we go.
Velocity 834, no worries, descend 4,000, stand by.
Approximately 24,000 standing places.
My CV1 headphones died a long time ago.
Velocity 834, can you accept
I haven't used...
VFI runway 34 approach?
I think I used these little headsets, or these little headphones, for about 10 minutes when I got that Rift-S.
Yeah.
And I'm like, sorry, the Rift. Sorry, not the Rift-S, the Rift. And I'm like, oh, no way, these things need to go. I think I spent more time looking for a way to get them off, which is actually really simple, than actually having them on and using them.
Velocity Short uniform, Delta, just confirming on the backtrack runway 34.
Runway 34. Foxtrot
uniform, Delta, are you able to turn around on Juliet and taxi by Alpha to the Kilo holding point, runway 34?
Taxi by the Kilo holding point.
Yeah, I'm just weighing up. I'm doing these ones here with my hands. I've got two Rifts here, the Rift and the Rift-S, and I'm just doing a bit of a weight comparison, and it does feel like...
The 834, turn left, heading 120, radar vectors for position faulty.
Is definitely a little, just a touch heavier than the Rift as well. It's not hugely more heavy, but it's definitely a little bit.
Heading 120,
Velocity 834, if you're able, track direct fault.
I said something very similar, Milo, very similar. But I've tried that a few times. I don't know, I've got like 6 different headsets now, 5 headsets, and yeah, that excuse for me is starting to wear a little bit thin. Yeah, Milo, I hear you about the hours on the Rift. Like, I don't know if you guys can see, but there is some significant, like, gunk on my Rift. Like, it's pretty dirty. Don't tell Steve that, he's gonna buy it. But I'll give it a clean up and everything before I ship it out. Oh dear. Yeah, Joe, I did, yeah. A little while ago. Unfortunately, as I was just winding down to take a little bit of a break there. But yeah, we're back. It's good. It feels good to be streaming. You know, it feels nice. I've missed everyone so much. I've been trying to keep in touch with people on Discord, but you know how it is. You know, everyone's got their own little lives. But yeah, it's really nice to see so many old faces again, guys. Thank you so much for popping in and saying hello. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully, you find some information about the Rift or the Rift-S that is valuable to you. And as always, if anyone does have any questions about VR or my setup or the Rift or Rift-S, please don't stay quiet.
Melbourne Centre, Qantas 491.
Qantas 491 Melbourne Centre, g'day, squawk.
It's pretty funny, Milo. Don't touch it. Or ISO wipe, alcohol wipe the hell out of it.
3157.
3157, Qantas 491, thanks sir.
Alec, that is a really, really good idea. The GTN 750 is great just on a desktop. Being in VR, it's even better. You know, you can pull the window out and put it over the top of the old one that's just 2D, and it's got really good VR implementation as well. Yeah, the GTN 750 is definitely something that I really enjoy using. It's a really good purchase. Great news about the new DCS. Yes. Is that the same DCS? Is the guy that got arrested for asking for the manual, is that connected to that F-16? Is that what that guy was working on or something like that?
So 748 turn, left heading 010.
Left 010.
Yeah, okay.
Qantas 491, you identified, cleared the Bori 9 Alpha arrival, runway 34 left, descend 9000, QNH 1012.
Okay, yeah, I wonder where they get some of that stuff from.
Cleared the B Bori 9 Alpha arrival for runway 34 left, down to 9000, Qantas 491.
Does anyone use the new Swift client here for VATSIM at all with X-Plane, or has anyone actually not tried Swift, or doesn't know what the hell Swift is potentially at all on the stream?
Probably Central Foxtrot from Delta as on Kilo with ready to hit that track.
Foxtrot Uniform Delta, you're going to be able to backtrack any further at the threshold there. Runway 34, clear takeoff, and fine heading right 030.
Yeah, the documentation, the videos, it really needs some love. I'll give you guys a little bit of a look at it just here. This is the Swift client. Yeah, oh, there you go. Hey Hayes, welcome to the stream, by the way. It's pretty nice. The UI is not the best looking, but it works. Yeah, the nice feature is that there is someone flying on pin 3D. It won't be floating anymore. Exactly right. It really needs some love to the UI. I mean, I don't know if that's some information about the cockpit where you can see your voice room and stuff, the text chat where you've got different comms, you know, PMs and whatever primary frequency you're on. Weather I don't use. You've got the radar there, which is, you can see the Jetstar guy behind us. This is always north up, this radar. So you can see Jetstar 324 Tom behind us. Tom is a bit lower too, that's probably why he's a little bit slower. His wins are, that's it. You got the ATC window that shows you the ATC tree and a couple of things like that. So there's some good parts about it. The thing that I like about it is you can see his TomTom just here. You can go ahead, click on him, and then change his model down here. You're still typing, and then you go click save and all this sort of stuff. It's just like, do I need all this information? Do I need all that? You know, do I need all these matching log statistics, all this sort of crap? The only thing really going for it, to be honest, is the fact that, like has said, there's no more floating aeroplanes, so that's really, really nice. Or the shark fin, which is why we had the JAWS theme is from for that very reason. That sound actually came about from us flying around the world during the World Flight last November, where some terrain you'd have some of the aircraft, or all you'd see the aircraft you were told to taxi, to follow taxiing, and they were embedded in the ground maybe 10 meters, and all you would see is the tip of this tail going down the taxiway. So you just follow the tail, and that's where the JAWS sound came from. So there's a bit of history to that particular sound file, which is kind of cool. But it's kind of redundant now. We've fixed that problem. But it's still, we're still hanging around. You never know. It might make a reappearance at some point.
Through 228 for 10,000.
Oh, right, Hayes. Well, I really appreciate you popping in where you can. On the weekends, I try to vary the time a little bit to catch those different time zones. But during the week, it's primarily Australian Eastern Standard Time in the evenings. So it does get, yeah, that may not be too compatible. But I appreciate you popping in where you can.
And we're cleared to 49 Alpha for runway 3-4 left and down 9,000, just 827.
What are you going to do, Barbs?
Oh, I'm going out for dinner.
Oh, you're going out for dinner?
Yep.
Rightio.
I'll be back on
Just
later for racing.
Runway 34 left.
Yeah, that's something I've got to try is the Rift-S and iRacing. That's also something that I did try a little bit when I was having a little bit of a break, is a little bit of a return to iRacing. I realised that I first signed up for iRacing in 2011 or 2013 and actually had a Class C licence. That hopefully I'm working on that will become a Class B license very soon. But one of the things I'm thinking about doing is maybe doing an iRacing stream one night and just seeing how it goes, seeing if anyone finds it interesting at all, and do a little bit of iRacing as well. I'm crap. I'm by no stretch of the imagination any good at iRacing, but it's still a little bit of fun, I think. Wind data is different, so I've got more of a headwind than you. Ah, yes, right. Okay. Are you, Tonto, are you in X playing with Active Sky as well? The wind is a little different because you're 2,000 feet below me. Maybe that's probably what it is. Was it a successful return? A successful return, Barbs?
Flight level 130.
What was what?
A successful return to iRacing.
Sorry, 25, Alpha, runway 34
from column A, then from column B.
At
At the end of the series, we'll have a new license upgrade. So I guess that's a positive.
That's success.
Yeah, success.
Cruise 491 descend 6,000 report visual.
6,000
Tom.
report
Okay,
visual,
copy.
491.
So Tom's on his way up, coming up to flight level 360. What do we got here? So at 0520 in the sim.
Tom's got too much wind.
Too much wind, that's right.
708 maintaining 9,000.
0614. Okay, so we are screaming down here. Sydney Hobart, that's right.
Sending 0.77.
Come on, mate, stretch the lines.
And 34, which is
You got reset on me.
Approximately from Delta
Yeah, very set. That's really weird. I swear, you guys all saw me during the pre-flight put in
Cruise page saying that's your climb page.
Oh yeah, that's right. That'll help.
That's probably where you set the thing. That's probably why it reset.
That's probably what it was.
Sorry,
Okay, well, it's going to make a huge difference.
0.81, mate.
Yeah, 0.81. Go for it.
Alright, 0.82 it is.
What sheet?
Level 10, 191 visual.
There we go. Speeding up now.
I would not pay money for that zero.
What bay you parking on a Hobart, Sean?
I'm not telling you.
Sorry, 8,000, runway 34 left, independent visual approach.
Hey, my contrails aren't black bars.
That's true.
I have to go to bed. It's 2:34 a.m. Oh wow, it is a different time zone. Absolutely, buddy. Enjoyed what I could watch, Sean. See you in the next one. Hopefully, you definitely will, buddy. Thank you for stopping by. Really appreciate it. Great to see you.
down to 8,000 and expecting the independent
See you, man.
visuals through
Tom,
left
I'm
for us
not
to
for this
start.
Thanks for watching.
Not for this one, Tom.
Oh, Sean, you should go real world time.
4,000 from
It's at night
Axel
lighting.
cleared. Arnav Zulu approach runway 34.
I'm happy to do that. I can bring the time back down.
For the nav runway 34, just 708.
Short uniform Delta confirmed climb 10,000.
We'll get a little bit of bring that sun down a little bit there, and we'll get a nice afternoon evening landing coming into Hobart there.
And then Lieutenant just 748 vacated on golf.
Jeez, you really get the transition.
748 taxis to bay.
Ugh. The low quality sun rays that you get with Ultra as well.
49 is 1 descent 4,000.
4,000. 4,000 corners, 491.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this UWXP.
9,000, QNH1012.
The sunset and sunrise are pretty awesome, besides the sun. And night's alright, but yeah.
So they can take good promo shots?
Yeah, I think that's the only time. Just quietly. Alright, so we should probably better have a little bit of a gander at some charts for Hobart.
Still use it.
I don't use it.
Okay. YMHB Hobart. I found it interesting that they asked for $10 for the pro version. Yeah, Con. Don't get me started. You know, look. No, I can't say anything good about it, so I'm not going to say anything good. Otherwise, the stream's going to be a lot of. And I don't know why the beep.
What's in the pro version that's not in the free version?
So we're not going to do that. Oh my God, he's back! Hey Max, welcome to the stream. Hello, Max. Europe Racing Series. Hey,
I think we should spend some time talking about the pro version.
No.
Apparently, the pro version had they've overcome the issues with X-Plane, updates.
Iplet 4. Yeah, it's looking good. What else we got?
So you
be all smooth.
Arnav Zulu.
Down to 2,000.
So if you get the free version, and then you buy the pro version, it'll fix all the issues with the free version.
6,000 report visual.
Something like that.
Down to 6,000 full visual.
Do you hear me saying let's not talk about it?
Oh, sorry. No, I didn't hear that. Discord's not working.
25, descent 8,000, runway 34 left.
When we had a look at the...
Let's talk some...
When we had a look at the flight plan when we departed, it was looking like runway 30 is going to be the go in Hobart. So let's go ahead now and have a little bit of a look here, if I can move that out of the way without going my mouse everywhere. Have a little bit of a look at the weather here down in Hobart. So Y Yankee Mike Hotel Bravo, chuck that in there. We go send that away, VHF in progress, and we get the return almost instantly. So yeah, I think it's going to be a runway 30 approach. We'll pay for the pay version, then we'll pay again for the pro version. Yeah, basically. So the Hobart weather there. So what do we got here? At 1700, so about 39 minutes ago, 030 at 5 knots. It's actually variable 320, variable 070. Good visibility. Few clouds at 3,000, broken at 5,300, broken at 30,000 feet. 11 degrees. QNH 996. So yes, it's definitely going to be runway 30 for us. Let's have a look here. Good question. Sometimes you need to delete the GTN and open up the GTN again. Happened with the Aerostar too. Yeah, that's Milo's right. Sometimes if it gets stuck, you need to do that. Okay, so looking at the arrival then, the Iplet 4 RNAV arrival.
What's wrong with runway 12, mate?
Oh yeah, a few knots up the rear.
How many?
Just 27,
about that many?
4,000.
Yeah.
It's runway 30, lads. Okay, departures, arrivals. It's the RNAV for 30 from Nopal on the Iplet 4 arrival. Close legs. So from Iplet, it's to Adana and then Adrak. No.
Using reserve fuel. Yeah, we'll just ignore that message.
We'll just clear that real quick. That never happened.
Left heading 155, minus 191.
No, it's default. It's a bug on it at the moment.
Just 825 descent.
That's what happens when you enter your reserve fuel in as like 4.5 tons.
Yeah, we're still going to land with. I landed at. What did I put it down as? 4 something?
Good start, 27.
4.2. 4.9.
Good start, 27.
I just had a bit of a connection there for a minute. Okay, and then 4,000. So where are we? Legs. Let's just check this one. 3,620, 3,620.
Ready, turn left, join left base, runway 34 left, cleared independent visual approach on the Happy.
5,200.
Turn left, clear left base, independent visual approach, and follow the Happy runway 34 left on an 91.
So my active sky is saying 0305 knots.
Yeah, runway 30.
It's 030.
030?
Sorry, 27 descent, 3,000.
Much of a muchness.
3,000.
520, we'll go 570 on you. So we'll go ahead and just get the aircraft configured, guys, while we got nothing to do.
303.
Yes, Tom, we are getting set up for 30 for A firm.
Sorry, 25.
Okay. Hobart does have a VOR from memory, doesn't it? Does Hobart have a VOR? I don't think it does, actually, does it? No, maybe it doesn't. Alright.
Systems 8, wind 360 degrees, 19 knots, runway 34,
Or is that Ronnie?
112.7,
34, just 70.
Oh, maybe it's out. Maybe the Hobart, no, the Hobart VOR is out of action while they do the runway.
Ah, okay, because I don't. Okay, 112. Yeah, but it'd probably be still in X-Plane.
No, it'll be updated with your X-Plane nav data.
Oh, it will be. Yeah, okay. If it's okay. Well, yeah. Okay. Well, there's no VOR, guys, for Hobart. So I go stop scrolling on the trim wheel.
Try it.
You can adjust your trim with the mouse wheel, but the mouse wheel is also the zoom for X-Plane. So if you do the two together, it gets a bit funky. 1126. Yeah, nothing there. Okay, so what do we got?
Was
here?
that icing?
Oh, maybe. 4.9. Oops. 18.
1126 or 1127?
1127. We'll give it a crack. 1127. Flick it back.
Just 825, descend
We're still
3,000.
too far out anyway. I'll try 1126 for now.
Descend 3,000, just 825.
Right, next thing.
1127.
1127?
Yeah.
Alright, back to 1127. There we go.
Lonnie's 1126. I usually just dial up one or the other, see what it identifies, and then change it.
Yeah, runway 30 off on Delta. We won't get off on Delta, we'll get off on Charlie and back.
Professional outfit here.
Okay. Alright. I feel like we're probably a little bit zoomed in here. We'll just come in a little bit. There we go. That's looking a bit better. That's a bit easier for everyone to see.
Just about to ask.
Hey, mate.
I was just about to ask, what's that heading bug doing, mate?
Oh.
And you fixed it on the stream.
We are out over the water now. Not much ortho to see anymore.
Still ocean.
Alright, get rid of the flight plan.
Just 708 on Foxtrot, clear for the bay.
See, having used the Rift just for takeoff,
708, very choppy on the way down, a lot of turbulence, moderate.
Yep, that one. It's good to see that the only annoying thing about the Rift is all these little cameras.
left, join left base, runway 34 left,
you go and you grab it.
visual approach on the copy.
You've got to be really careful you don't put your fingers over the little cameras, otherwise you do get some distortion in your tracking, which is just a little bit annoying.
Connors 491, runway 34 left, clear to land.
Yeah, I am a fair bit. Let's have a look here. Swift. There you go. Tom there on Swift, you can see, is directly to the north or the northeast of me. This radar is always tracking north, and you can see here Jetstar 324, 421 knots ground. What are we doing? 459, Mach 0.81. Maybe we'll just slow down a smidge back to profile speed here. 0.78. We got 0.78. No, that reset on me as well. 0.78. Insufficient fuel. Yeah, right. Come on, Zibbo. What we got here? 4.9. What's going on? What we will do though is turn the center tanks on. Actually, the one on. You go
diverting the Lonnie
off, and we'll drain that center tank now.
Hey, Sean.
Yes, Greg.
On your PFPX flight plan.
Yes.
On like page 2 or 3. What does it say if your reserve entry for your FNCs?
Uh, 4.2. 4,215.
Show it to me. Show me your fuel breaker.
So I put a diversion into Melbourne. So there's an hour.
You put an alternate, or you put it in as
an alternate. Yeah, an hour and 13. There's 3 ton there, mate.
But that shouldn't be included in your reserve. I don't think.
What's going on with the competitions? Captain, as in the screenshot competitions? Is that the one you're talking about?
That's interesting.
They will make a triumphant return. Don't worry, buddy. I will get those set up and going in the next little bit. So just a return to stream this one, iron out all the bugs, do an introduction to the brand new toy, and then we'll get cracking with the screenshot competition. I bet a bunch of you have got some really nice shots saved up, so I'm really looking forward to being able to see some of those. Quiet on the airways tonight. It's died off a little bit.
Just 25 when ready, turn left, train, left base, runway 34 left, clear the independent visual approach in the pappy.
Whatever left turn, independent visual approach, join the base, runway 34
yeah,
left.
reserve would just include fixed and variable reserve, I'd say. Yeah, an alternate would be different.
491, vacate, fly rapid to the right, cross runway 25.
By looking at that plan though, it looks like it's included it.
Vacate 34 left to the right, cross runway 25 to the bay, Qantas 491, thank you, sir.
Just
Here they're setting course 863.
34 left, clear land, just right 27.
Okay, so we are now draining that center tank, as you can see just there. When we're under a ton in the air, in the 7.3, we turn off one of the fuel pumps and open the crossfeed valve. We only need the one pump to drain out of that, and it helps reduce a little bit of the heat there in that center tank. Top of descent is getting close. Yes, I've got top of descent at 0646, so 16 minutes for me until top of descent. Hopefully ATC talks to us by then. That'd be nice.
And his name is John C.
I'm sorry. MI5, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream, my friend. If you've got any questions or comments, feel free to get involved. If you've got any questions about the Rift or the Rift-S, please shout out. I have 20 minutes until top of descent. 20 minutes, yeah, cool. So you're about 4 or 5 minutes behind me. That sounds about right. Oh, I've got a little return there on the weather radar just there. A little bit of stuff out there somewhere. Oh dear.
And his name is John C.
Australia, thank you so much for the follow as well. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing really well. If you've got any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to shout out.
Melbourne Centre, Qantas 826. Information for car, request
Qantas 826. Thought that was Boyks then for a second, but no, he's 863.
Qantas 826 Melbourne Centre. Got your flight line here, looks like the origin Sydney. I'll just change that to Melbourne.
Stuffed up their flight plan.
Sure, no.
Go ahead.
CDU fuel reserves are fixed reserves plus any alternate fuel.
Canberra via Hotel, plane route. Flying back with 5,000.
So that 3 ton is into
3-4 goes on 9 departure.
3 plus 1.2 or whatever it is, which is the standard, I think, that 1.2.
So your flight plan would have like 1,024 or something fixed.
Yep.
And then it'll have alternate fuel, and it'll be those two figures added together.
Yeah, cool. So the plan's right.
The plan's right, yeah.
It's you that's right.
Yes, I was somewhat misled. But then again, I never planned it.
That's true. Go around for other people.
So, 251 Melbourne Centre goes for 3130.
3130.
Just like this airport, mate. There's a north runway and a south runway. What more could you want?
Well, that's correct.
There you go, Con. Yeah. So.
And if neither of them work, you can always try Cambridge.
That's right. That's ages away. The weather will be cleared up by then. Oh dear. I'm not seeing any reduction in performance. FPS nationally due to the increased pixel count. Hey, Deb. How you going? Welcome to the stream. Have I seen a drop in performance? Not that I've noticed. No, but you know me, I've got a pretty, okay mate, see ya. I've got a pretty meaty PC, so I don't think I've got much of a, what am I trying to say here? So the answer to your question is no, I haven't seen a huge drop off or much of a drop off at all that I've noticed. Yes, there will be a performance decrease in the Rift. It's got more pixels and the screen's rendering more data, but the thing you've got to be careful of all our simulators, they're all back in the dark ages. They really need to be brought forward in their graphics engines. So a little step up like this from a Rift to a Rift-S is actually pretty good, because you can't go to a Pimax 8K if you could afford it, because the sim will run like crap. There's no PC capable enough to run it. So those little step ups that Rift did, or Oculus have done with the Rift-S, is actually, it makes a little bit of sense for us simmers, because even the Pimax 5K that I've got, I struggle to maintain 30 FPS with that, whereas this thing, it's no problem at all. Australia, I use PFPX, and it's a professional flight planning for flight sim, and then our, I guess, virtual airline, you could call it, has its own way to format it. So to give you a bit of an idea, that Flightplan, this one just here, is from PFPX, and then it's all formatted in a way that makes sense to us. So you can see the different flight levels there and the different wind profiles for the different levels.
Quarter 26, ready for push and start.
Quarter 26, push approved.
Mike, no legal requirement for alternates most of the time. That's true, Mike, absolutely. We are starting to come into that weather now that's down in Tasmania. We're starting to hit it. There's a nice weather system near Hobart. Ah, right. I believe Real Life Virgin just use a whiz wheel to flight stands like they. I think it's just got. Yeah, I think they just. Just spin the wheel. We're going to carry alternate fuel. Yes, no. Divert. Yes, no. No, Mike. We do a much better job than that. You're very welcome. Very welcome. If anyone's got any questions about anything at all, please let me know. Ooh, we've got a little bit of a weather system there.
And his name
just
is
ride a track. Rashid, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the channel, my friend. I hope you're really well. Again, if you've got any questions or comments, please shout out. Probably want to keep a little bit of an eye on that guy. With the wind at 70 knots, that's getting pushed directly towards us. So we'll just keep a little bit of a look there, and hopefully we'll be okay.
Oh, so good evening. I'm going to take 63, just on the other 250. 17 nautical miles to the northeast of Corky.
There's Boyks, there he is, 863.
863 Melbourne, Senegal Day, for 3152.
Come to 63.
Corner 863, thanks. Now identified, you clear to Sydney by
I feel like that's a grouping over there on the radar.
9 Alpha arrival, runway 34
just
left.
here is probably
When ready,
a
descend
higher cloud just here.
Can we clear this Sydney around 40 route, 49 Alpha arrival, runway 34 left, and we're descending flight 250, corner 863.
Just about 251, descend 9000, QNH 1012. Runway 34 left, expect independent visual approach.
I think we're going to need a scotch for this landing. What do you reckon, guys? Do you reckon we need a scotch? I think we need a scotch for this landing. Ooh, hello, weather update. Forgot to start active sky. Oh, Tom, no wonder you've been trailing behind me, buddy. Hence the bad weather injection. Yeah. Oh, wow, look at that cloud over there. Yeah, I think we're definitely going to need a scotch here, guys. Center velocity 1532 request.
Velocity 1532.
Center velocity 1532. Yeah, we're just right to step away from the flight deck for 2 minutes. Scotch
velocity
tape.
1532 in the road, so now you're back.
Work over velocity 1532. Got my bloody call sign then. Okay, guys, Rashid, I see your question there. I will answer you as soon as I get back. I'm just going to get a very quick scotch because I can't land sober. I think I did my best landings when I am a little bit tipsy. Right, guys, that's how it works. I'll be back in just a couple of minutes, guys, and we'll go and land this sucker. I'll see you all in just a sec.
Never know if Sydney approach is online. Would you like to contest and divert to his frequency?
Jetstar 261, remain with me, I'll pass you over shortly.
No problem, just off one.
Qantas 863, descend flight level 130.
Flight level 130, Qantas 863.
Jetstar 261, you can now contact Sydney approach 124.4, see ya.
124.4, see ya. Qantas 826, information Quebec, request taxi.
Qantas 826, taxi to the Kilo holding point, runway 34.
Taxi to the Kilo holding point, runway 34, Qantas 826.
Okay, welcome back everyone. Scotch check and cheers. Oh, lovely. Okay. Alright, Rashid, why is my X-Plane 11 always lagging and look like a potato even though I have a GTX 1080? Rashid, what is your processor? X-Plane is heavily processor dependent. As the iterations of X-Plane come out and the new patches and new updates, we are seeing a little bit of a shift there back to the GPU, but it is still predominantly CPU bound. Okay. Center velocity 1532, we're back with you and approaching top of descent for Hobart.
Velocity 1532, thanks. When ready, descend flight level 180.
When ready, 180, velocity 1532. I can't get that call sign right. 15, I keep forgetting. 180, keep twisting.
324, when ready, descend flight level 200.
There we go. You got a 7700K. Just have it neat, brother. Oh, Mike, I'm a bit soft for neat. We hit the Scotches a bit last night, and I probably will have a few tonight during the F1. Yeah, I'm a bit scotched out at the moment, so I need to have it a little bit sweeter. Yeah, so a 7700K. So Rashid, I came from a 7700K. Jumping to an 8700K was definitely a nice big step up, but the 7700K is no slouch. Is it stock? Is it standard? Have you overclocked it at all? Your processor is enough, yeah?
324, when ready, descend flight level 200.
A 7700K is no slouch. It's what I upgraded to. If you look down on the Twitch information, the stream information below, you'll see one of my streaming PCs that does all my transcoding and all that is actually my old flight sim PC, which is a 7700K. It is overclocked to 4.8 gigahertz, which you can get pretty much for free without having to put any more V-core in it, but it is a very, very capable little CPU. Having said that, there's a couple of really big things you need to watch out for. Is that what you want to do, and I probably don't want to. If I go into my options now, the plane's going to pause mid-flight, and I've got the jets. I've got TomTom behind me in a Jetstar aircraft, which will catch me really quickly if I pause my sim right now. What I'll do for you is I will take a bit of I'll open up my settings when I land in Hobart. If you're still around, that's great. If you're not, check back in on the stream back later on, and I'll have it up there for you to see. There's some settings in X-Plane that have a tremendous impact on performance. You can't run X-Plane maxed out on any computer. It can't do it. So if I don't know how far or how heavy you're going with your settings at the moment, but just be mindful of that. You can't run, even with a 1080, even with a 2080 Ti and a 9900K. You can't run it maxed out with full AA and all the rest of it and all the scenery and all that sort of stuff. So you do need to dial it back a bit, and it's a balancing act. Like I said, if I show you my settings now, my sim will pause, and I can't do that right at the moment. but why is it lagging, or do I need to download mods? You shouldn't have to download mods to get it working. I download mods because I fly with VR, which is a huge impact on performance. I fly into my weather systems are always maxed out. I fly complex aircraft into complex scenery, so you can't do all of that and maintain visuals this good without some sort of tweaking. Yeah, Mike, it is Monaco, absolutely.
The 4 arrivals runway 30 when ready, flight level 180.
Okay, we're approaching top of descent.
Sorry, was that just afterwards 324?
What do we want here?
Negative velocity 1532.
Velocity 1532, we copy cleared the Eplet 4 for the RNAV runway 30 and when ready 180 and we're vacating now, velocity 1532.
Velocity 1532.
Okay, so the descent checklist. The pressurization, landing altitude of 50 foot is set. The recoil has been checked. The auto brake we've got is level 2. The landing data, we've got a VREF today of 140, so we'll do flaps 5 plus 5, so flaps 40 plus 5 on that speed, so 145 down the approach, and the minimums we've got set is 570. We put 50 feet on that. It's 520 as per the chart, but company procedures we put 50 feet on that, which is 570. And the approach briefing I have not done. Dear oh dear, poor me, as we reach top of descent and we start going down. Let me complete that. 4.2 gigahertz, yeah, right. Have you ever tried, sorry Australia, I missed your chat there. Yes, I have tried the PMZ G73. I was flying that for years before I made the jump into X-Plane. Okay, let's have a little bit of a look here. So we are cleared for the Eplet 4 RNAV approach arrival, which is what we've got plugged into the FMC. Class D speed limits apply, so 250 knots below 10,000 feet. We've already checked it here. We're going down to 30, so we're going to come into this runway just from this direction just here. So we're going down to Nopal, where we start the RNAV approach. From Nopal, we want to be Nopal no lower than 3,620 for the start of the approach over Zulu Echo India, where we'll come down the approach here. There's the 520 foot restriction. We do 50 on that, so it's 570. Missed approach for us for this one is track direct to Zulu Echo Hotel, then track 300 degrees, climb to 4,200 or directed by ATC. Just confirm that with flight level 130 for velocity 1532. Hey VJ, hey buddy, welcome to the stream.
Hey,
Got me flight level 130, velocity 1532. Okay, there's 130 set.
324.
Okay, we might bring the seatbelt sign on now. Just for the sake that we're going to hit this weather here. I'm a little bit worried about the bumps there as we come through. Okay, like I said, it is going to be a flaps 40 left-hand seat landing for us today. Auto brakes 2 for us. We're touching down on runway 30, which is the end just here. We've got Delta we can get off just here, but we'll probably get off on Charlie and just taxi back to the bay. The weather's looking... Yeah, it's looking a little bit average at the moment. We'll go to the ACARS and request the latest weather again.
Good evening.
Just have a little bit of a check there. Are you flying another leg after this, VJ? I think I probably won't for this first one. There's a few changes I've got to make as well, but we will be back tomorrow with another stream. So we will be doing Milk Run Monday tomorrow. We'll be flying around, so yeah, we will do another one tomorrow.
With me.
Okay, ATIS, let's have a look here. So 330 degrees at 6, showers of rain, few clouds at 300, broken at 5,300, temperature 11 degrees, QNH 996. Bit of a low system there, 996, there we go. Okay, that's the approach briefing completed. So when we get under about flight level 200, we'll go ahead and jump back into VR.
Just 251 Hey, Sam, if you can make it,
What
you're
time
on
are you
a
descending
6 mile
currently? Yes, I
final
am,
there.
absolutely.
You re-cleared
There you
the
go,
visual
Meta
approach
4
runway
Hobart.
16 right. The wind at the moment is 270 degrees 5 knots.
Yeah, the approach, 16 right.
Down we go. A nice early evening arrival for us. I know it is a bit darker outside in real world, but we do want to go a bit of an afternoon, evening arrival. And I've missed something again as well in my planning here again. What are we? We are course 300.
Just 251, runway 16 right, clear to land.
It's funny how much, you know, you take a break for, I've only taken a break for 12 weeks, 10 weeks from streaming and done very, very limited flying in that 10 weeks. And it's amazing just in that short amount of time how much you fall out of your little routine. You just really forget these little subtle things that you would normally just rotate, you know, motor through and not even have to think about.
It's start and right in 170.
A little bit annoying, but it's okay, we'll get there.
Alright, 170, climb phase 63.
Yeah, kind of, it really is. That's one of the things I hated about not getting enough time in real world is you do lose it. You know, if you don't use it, you lose it, and that's really, really true in aviation. So a little bit of crack there to our right. We're getting a nice juicy weather return there in that, but we're going to miss it. I thought by the time we got to it, it would have moved over and we would have hit it. We might clip a little bit of it just through here. But that's about 50 knots, 50, 60 knots pushing it directly towards us, but it looks like we may miss it. Doing great, Sean. Good to see you back. Thanks, Milo. I appreciate it, buddy. It does feel good. It does feel good to be back in the driver's seat and get to have a chat with so many fine people like yourselves. It's great. You worked as a ground crew. Oh, VJ, that was a long time ago. I haven't been ground crew for about 12 years, but yes, I did. I was ground crew for Virgin Australia there about 12 years ago. I've changed within Virgin. I changed departments within Virgin and I'm a bit higher up now. It's a great company to work for. They're absolutely fantastic. It makes them very difficult to leave. They really do look after you.
Climb 863, descend 2,500.
Yeah, that's right, Con. Absolutely. You got to choose. You know, I'm a strong believer in only being able to balance three things at once. You know, your life. Way. Sure, and thank you so much for the host, buddy. Really appreciate it. Thanks, mate. Yeah, you only really can balance the three things. You know, your work, your family life, and you know your personal life, or just something else to do with your spare time to keep your mental health in check. And any more than that, like it really does eat into you. Must suck working for the second
second 9,000. QNH 10, correction 0996, runway 30, expect RNAV approach.
I think that was for us. Down to 8,000 on 9096 for the RNAV 30 approach, velocity 1532. 8,000 set. Okay. Let's go ahead, jump into VR, guys. Hello, long time no stream. Hey, Sean, welcome, buddy. I see you've been doing a little bit of streaming, buddy. That's really good to see, mate. Hopefully you're building up a little bit of a community. It's really good. We're just going to go jump into VR now, so I'm going to switch mics. Unfortunately, there's a really big change in the mic quality, but I don't know what you can do there about that. Let's just go ahead and get ourselves nice and comfy. All right, give me a sec, guys. I'll just go ahead and switch into VR.
Melbourne, Center, Takeoff 685, we're at Delta 55, ready for taxi, and we can accept the Lima departure from 34 left.
Takeoff 635, taxi via Charlie, cross runway 25 to the Lima holding point, runway 34 left.
Charlie, cross 25, Lima 34 left, 21685.
Got my hands around the wrong way. There we go. Come back here. Here we go. Welcome back to... It's still night and day how clear it is compared to the Rift. Every time I come back in, it's still night and day how clear it is compared to the old Rift. We need to chuck a little bit of drag in here. Okay, we need some move VR. Here we go. There we go. We might just chuck you guys there. Close you. I can relay the last time I flew flight sim was CTP westbound. Oh wow. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Cap, I was a little bit worried as well. You've got little cameras on every corner of this damn thing, and the first thing you want to do is just grab it like that to lift it up and take it on and off. You do that, you put your fingerprints on the cameras. They are really, really sensitive. I got a couple of little tracking and gremlins, and I took my headset off and found out I had a nice juicy fingerprint on the lens. Cleaned it off, no more tracking problem. So yeah, I hear ya. I was a little bit worried as well, but so far so good. We've got that light on now, it's still really light.
Station Con was at Jetstar 251.
Yes, it was, and I'm sorry I didn't think anything else.
Might just bring
Jetstar 251 cross runway 25.
the time in. There we go. Do you guys mind if we do a bit of an evening approach? Hopefully that's not too bad. And we'll do a little bit of early evening flying here. Like all this text here, guys.
Apologies. Turn left.
Can see it no problem.
Runway
89. I don't know really how to say your name, but welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing really well. Welcome. Okay, down we go. A little bit. Oh, my damn desk. Still trapped by the desk there. Hey, Ground Point Niner. Hey, buddy. Great to see. Thank you so much for popping in. I hope you've been really well. We've been trialing out the new Oculus Rift, mate. I can't get that. I believe my desk is in the way. I need to push my chair further back. 996 was it? 996. Yeah, there we go. On. We can scrap that now. Close you. What's the temperature for? We might just chuck a little bit of engine anti-ice on through here. 1 and 2. Yeah, logo light on. There we go. Take on the colours.
NHS 324 is at flight level 130.
In the cockpit here, it looks much more natural. The blacks are not black, they're a slightly lighter grey. Well, they're a very dark grey, they're not black.
1532 identification terminates, report parking 6 left.
Okay, copy. Radar termination, radar contact terminated rather, and AFM we're now passing airport velocity 1532.
Velocity 1532, thanks. You can descend 6000, report 20 DME.
6000 will call you at 20 DME, velocity 1532. Enjoying the Memorial Day weekend, looking forward to some pool streaming tomorrow. Nice, buddy.
324.
Need to get some table time in, I bet, buddy. I bet. Well, I hope you've been well.
Report 50 DME.
Okay, we might turn the weather off because there's not much return there. We'll turn terrain on here just because we're in IMC.
Melbourne Centre, Takeoff 635, ready to go, Lima 34.
Okay, 5,700, 4,000 feet or above it, no pull. Okay, 4,000 feet or above it, no pull. I got it just there.
Takeoff 635, runway 34 left, clear to immediate takeoff.
The new Vatson codec is great. Great point on how do I get it? I'm using Swift here, but I don't. We're still the old one, I think, aren't we?
863.
Well, we're in rain.
Sorry, say again for just
soon. Very soon. Alright, brother. I trust you.
324 descend.
Okay, we are in rain at +6.
9,000. QNH 9 and 9 are 6. Report 50 DME.
Roger, clear to 9,000, and thank you for the QNH.
And just 324 with your current DME distance Hobart.
Sorry, say again for just 324?
Ground point 9, how's the streaming been going?
324 with your current distance to Hobart.
You seem pretty active these days, buddy, which is really good to see.
Current distance to Hobart is 77 nautical miles.
77, okay, we've got 50 miles on the sky.
324. Convey 63, runway 34 left, clear to land.
Correct, 34 left, convey 63.
1,000 to go, we were cleared. We radar services terminated, so we can descend on our own to 4,000.
Convey 63, roll through approved.
Yep, getting a few bumps now. We want to go home, configure, visual,
600 on climb 5.
VR.
635, identified climb by assist, flight level 360.
Alpha 360, thank you, Takeoff 675.
Kodak, Milo, I think they're talking about the voice, like the quality of the voice. Can I share a link? Ground point on it, absolutely. If it bites and chews it, I apologise, but you're more than welcome to it. Thank you for asking. There you go. We punched out of the cloud. The city of Hobart ahead of us. We can see the western side of Hobart just here. Thrown around a little bit.
We can remain this frequency of speed control service to Sydney.
Yeah, nice. Ground point's good to hear. It's been a long time coming, hasn't it, mate? Okay, through 5,000, double ding the crew.
Correspondence to Melbourne Centre, score 3156.
Come back. Yeah, we might kill the engineer TLS. Cool. Oh, I'm going to call it 20 DME.
Correspondence to score 3156.
3156,
Yeah, center velocity 1532. Our apologies, we're at 15 DME. Hobart.
Velocity 1532, thanks, descend 4,000 from no full cleared RNAV Zulu, runway 30 approach.
Down to 4,000 cleared for the RNAV Zulu, runway 30 approach, velocity 1532. I thought it was you said radar services were terminated. Looking nice outside here. It's looking pretty grubby. It's our kind of weather, Milo, definitely.
Apologies about that. Contact 263, which is close to 25.
Contact 63, no worries. Taxi to the bay.
No, I don't like what this aircraft's doing. We're going to go manually set this.
To the bay, contact 63.
Standard 210. Who you calling grubby? Milo, what the Zibbo needs is it needs the TBM rain effect. That's what it needs. We need a scrapbook for VR when flying online.
Report passing Iplet.
What do you mean, Thorman? Scrapbook? I don't get that.
Currently 5 nautical miles out from Iplet.
Zibo has ghosts. You don't get them in the actual time. Oh, to make notes. Oh, you do. You do have one to make notes. You do have a scrapbook in AviTab.
Just request leaving flight deck for 5 minutes.
Oh, my AviTab to Eden its home button. You do have one. You've got a tab for just writing. Does it work in AviTab this one? Yeah. Map. It's not in that one. We need to go over to you. It is really bucketing down here in Hobart. True, Thorman, yeah, true. And for some reason it loses its home button for me sometimes. I don't know why. Alrighty.
526 Melbourne Seneca A, standby 1 break. Just 324 report 30 DME.
You parked at Narrabri. Yeah, well, different state, mate. Looking good. Bring it, whatever you're flying, bring it down here, mate. Look at this. Looks so good in VR.
Sorry, this is just 324 report 30 DME.
One thing I've noticed about the new Rift-S as well is the reduction in guard rays. It's got a little couple, it's not huge, but it's definitely reduced over the Rift. Absolutely. What is 30 DME? Dial up the VOR, TomTom. 1126. Sorry, 1127. And your DME is DME there. I'm 11 DME. Yeah, exactly what Connor's saying.
26, if you clear the Sydney by G.Skill, Flightplan Greek. Climb by Sid 5000. From Max 34, G.Skill 9, departure. Squawk 3123, departures with me.
Clear to Sydney by the route, climb 5,000 feet via the SID.
Okay, there you go, you can see us on the chart. Via Nopal, and then right in.
526.
Center, this is just 324, currently 23.5 DME.
Just 324, thanks, and 5,000 report passing Dina.
Roger, descend 5,000 report passing Dina to Jetstar 324.
Just 324, just in case I didn't give you before, you can expect the Arnav Zulu runway 30 approach.
You're going to need it, TomTom. It's garbage out here. It's it's pretty miserable in good old Hobart tonight. Can't you use the LNAV and VNAV? Mike, it was getting me a bit high there, but you're right, I probably can now. I'll go back to... see, it's got me 1,000 foot high here, and we're just here. Ready to go, so I'm...
Velocity 1532, report climb approach fixed.
We'll go velocity 1532.
US635, you'll be back with Maximus, but you can contact the approach 124
Okay, down to set minimums now. So minimums were 570, we'll just go down to 600.
Center, this is Jetstar 324 passing Dina.
Jetstar 324, thanks. Descent 4,000.
Okay,
at Nopal into the published hold.
Roger at Nopal, enter the published hold for Jetstar
Yeah, no
324.
worries, VJ. Absolutely, buddy. No worries at all.
Jetstar 324, descend 4,000.
Roger, descend 4,000.
Center velocity 1532 is final approach fix.
Velocity 1532, runway 30, clear to land. The wind showing 290 degrees and 11 knots.
Clear to land, velocity 1532. No worries, VJ. It sounds like fun, buddy. Okay, gear down. We'll go to flaps 15. And we are visual. We'll do some hand flying here in a second. I'll chuck that guy on.
Melbourne Center, Qantas 172.
Okay, the approach checklist is altimeters are 906, 906, 906. Leviticus, I have a i7 8700K overclocked to 5.2 gigahertz, and we've got a GTX 1080 Ti. I'm being forced to hold. Right. Okay, landing checklist. Ugh. Landing checklist is engine start switches for this aircraft are auto. The speed brake is armed. The landing gear is down, 3 green, and flaps are 40 green light. That's the landing checklist complete. We are cleared to land. Okay, so missed approach is 4,000 feet. Great stream. Good to see you back, mate. Safe landing. Don't fuck it up. Thanks, Daz. That rain is really coming down now. Okay, let's take control. We'll check you just there.
In the hold.
I have control. My aeroplane. Okay, guys, for those of you on the stream, I am going to be a little bit delayed in my responses just while I focus on ensuring a safe landing for the aircraft. So if I do miss your message there, I'm not ignoring you, I promise.
On 172, staff clearance available.
I have control available.
Qantas 172, ready to copy. Start clearance.
Qantas 172, cleared to Warren 6 Alpha, arrival, runway 34, when ready, descent flight level 250.
So no yoke, just using my hands on the yoke here in VR. Just maintaining that nice glide slope, about 700 feet a minute down.
Okay, clear runway the Warren 6 Alpha, arrival, runway 34.
1,000.
1,000 foot. It is checked.
Qantas 172, when ready, descent flight level 250.
And we're ready to descend to flight level 250. 172. Good evening, Jetstar 128 Delta, level 3, flight facility inbound, red top.
Approaching minimums.
Okay. We're visual now, so I'm going to look out the window. Flight director's coming off.
Identified, standby.
Minimums.
Continue.
Jetstar 128.
500.
Center, this is Jetstar 324, currently. Jetstar 324 is currently passing Noble, entering hold.
Jetstar 324.
Melbourne Center, Jetstar
300.
Runway
200.
My throttles.
Jetstar 326. Say again.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Sorry, Jetstar 526, is that points for taxi?
Reverses normal, aircraft is decelerating. What do we touch down at? 226 in the rain, that's not too bad. 80 knots.
Just 526 taxi to Lily at holding point runway 34.
Taxi Juliet holding point runway 34, just 526.
There we go. Whoop, weather update, and off on Charlie. Here we go, guys. That we're just going to pull up here.
1532, backtrack is required before clear of the runway.
Backtrack not required, and we are clear of the runway. Cheers, velocity 1532. Okay, flaps up.
1532, thanks, break. Just 324, cancel, hold, cleared, unabsorbed, approach runway 30, report final approach.
Off. Start the APU.
Roger, cancel, hold.
Let's get
direct for the RNAV runway 30. Thank you.
Leviticus, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. I hope you're doing really well. If I missed any of your questions there on short final, I do apologise. If you can ask them again, I'll definitely answer them for you. Okay, down Alpha and then right into Foxtrot. I'm pretty sure.
All stations, Melbourne Centre is logging off just 324. There's now no reported Wi-Fi traffic for your arrival, runway 30. You're clear to land. Qantas 172.
There's the Jetstar guy, just there. There's Tom Tom.
Traffic for your arrival, runway
Just
34
there.
is in use. You can descend via the star as required and then local QNH 1008. And Tigos 635. There's no traffic for your arrival into Adelaide. I'm on 122.8. See ya.
Just 324.
Oops, that was a bit of an overturn. What are your FPS? At the moment, I've back to Unicom 1228. So I've got the OVR mod running, which is for which would normally lock you at 30 FPS, but with the Rift it locks you at 27, and it's ultra buttery smooth for me. Okay, off. We might leave you on, and Bay 3. It's a right turn for us. Turn the taxi light off so we don't blind the crew. The 1070 is probably a little bit low, Leviticus, and the 7700 is good. If you can get the 7700K, yeah, which that is what it is, so that might be enough. But the bigger and meaner, the better, Leviticus. That's what it comes down to, basically. Okay, we're on the bay. There we go. Alrighty, off, on the bus, on the bleeds, and shutting down. And what do we have? An hour and 52. Captain Thorman, then yes. If you can't get it, sustained with OVR and 3J FPS in conjunction works really well, then yeah, you might be in some trouble. Yeah, okay. Well, Leviticus, that's probably gonna be good enough. Yeah. I don't see our friend Tom at all behind us, but okay, let's go off. Anti-collision light is off. Go down here. Let's go doors. Oh, there's still lock, ground services, set shocks. What do we got here? You're all off and off. Anti-collision lights off. Why aren't you letting me open the doors? There you go. So entry, cargo doors, and what we also want to do is ground handling. My sim's just going to freeze here for a second, guys. That's totally normal while it loads in the model for ground control. There we go. Let's put some front stairs on it. And let's put those guys on it. Drive on up. There we go. Let's open the door. Unlocked and open. And shutdown checklist. Fuel pumps, everything off but one for the APU. Probe heat is off. The flaps are up. Parking brake is set. Engine start levers are cut off and weather radar is off and off. That's the shutdown checklist complete. There we go, guys. Welcome to Hobart, everyone. Let's go see if we can... we've got the stairs. Oh yeah, the stairs are now on the aircraft from Universal. Let's go see if we can see TomTom coming into land here. I'm just going to jump out of VR here for a sec, guys. Okay. Did we miss TomTom's landing? I think we did. It's very dark. I don't see him unless he's parked next to us. No, that guy was already there. Let's have a look here at the radar. Yeah, he's crossing the fence. Why don't we see him? You got no lights? Oh, there he is. There he is. Yeah, it's the bright lights coming in. Yeah, that's what it is. I didn't. I thought they were. I thought that was a light for like a building or something. We might see if we can give ourselves a little bit of light here, just so we can see a little bit of him coming into land there. Oh, it's a high angle of attack. As he touches down a little long by the looks of it. I don't see red marks from VR. Oh, there's some red marks around there. I think there could be. There's some red mark there. Cheers, Grandpa. No, cheers, mate. Let's see. Did TomTom pull up before the exit? Is he going to turn? Or is he going to roll through and backtrack? He just missed it. He's going to have to roll through. Roll through, backtrack, and come back down and in. There we go. What do we got here? There. Oh, we got everything. There's us all set up there on the bay just there, next to our arch enemies. We won't talk about them. We got the crappy. We got the crappy rain here. We don't want the crappy rain. We want the good rain. We want the ski rain that takes 20 FPS. But look how good it looks as you see the dots start to pop up on the window there. Off. And off. For some reason my texture is bugged and I got no lights. Oh no way, Tom, you're landing in the dark. Where are you? Well, you know what? I've been saying that no aircraft in the ground, but I don't know what the go with that guy is because he's in the ground to me. Where's Tom? Oh, there's TomTom. He's turning around and coming back, and he's in his Jetstar A320. Blame the A320 update. Alrighty. Okay, guys, everybody get out. Go on down the stairs. Everybody get out. I don't like the way that guy looks at me. I really don't. No one's wearing a seatbelt. Dear oh dear. Yeah, VJ, the bit of a quiet flight from Sydney to Hobart today. Bit of a quiet one, mate. Absolutely. But RAM a good deal. Leviticus, yeah, that sounds pretty good. Not many people trust you, apparently. That's that's pretty accurate, actually. Oh dear. Let's get back in the flight deck. Yep. I sit back in the seat here. We're just waiting for TomTom to do the world's slowest taxi here. Oh god, Ground Point 9, it would have to be a lot of money to get me over there. I made it a solemn vow that I won't get there this year, but I'm definitely trying to get there for next year. Absolutely. He's speeding up. He's hammering now because he heard me say he was taxiing too slow. How much RAM have you got, Leviticus? Jesus, he's hammering. Holy shit. We're going to have some words if you don't. Yeah, copy that. You're bigger than me, buddy. You got a bigger size about you. Not in a bad way, like you're fat. I'm just saying you're a more built guy than I am. So yeah, okay. I'll make sure that I do. You get staff travel, mate. 600 return for flights. That's true, Mike. But they didn't know that. You're giving me even more reason to have to go. None, yet gonna have to purchase it. Ah, okay, right. He said words. Here we go. TomTom is on the bay. Don't judge me, I can't see anything. It's fine, buddy. I left the wing light on for you. So hopefully that helps you out a little bit. Wow, okay, alright, let's get back in the seat here and have a little bit of a look here. Alright, what are we going to do? We are going to do this. There we go. Ooh. He's moving again. Oh, lights are off. Alright guys, I'm going to wrap this up. So for those of you who have just found me for the first time tonight, welcome to the stream. I hope you've enjoyed what you see. My name's DJ Sean. I am a charity streamer. I'll talk a little bit about that next stream. I hope you've really enjoyed this stream where we've introduced the Oculus Rift-S, which has been a hell of a lot of fun and a nice step up from the Oculus. If you have an Oculus Rift and you're thinking about whether you take the plunge or not, I do recommend it. I give you my stamp of approval that it is a worthy upgrade, and if you can sell your Rift on eBay or something like that and get a little bit of money to offset it, I think it's well worth upgrading.
And his name is John C.
Gamer called Chris, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream, my friend. I hope you've had a great time. So I will be back hopefully tomorrow. We'll be streaming Milk Run Monday. Maybe I'll get in the TBM and do some more rural flying tomorrow around Australia. We'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll even fly down to Hobart and back to Tassie or something like that. Maybe Launceston or Hobart. We landed in Hobart tonight. If the weather remains pretty crap, it's always good fun to fly in the rain and icing conditions. But I want to thank you all for the love and support. I know I did take a little bit of a break there for about 10 to 11 weeks. Really needed to take a bit of a break. Life really caught up with me. But we are back and streaming, and I thank you for your continued support and look forward to seeing you all again really soon. So from me, thank you so much, guys, and I will see you all again really soon. Bye for now. Hopefully I pressed the right button now.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks, don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Nope. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here. Fuck this shit, I'm out.